Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Pigskin Addicts back again with another video. So, if you haven't heard or you haven't seen anything about this video, Joe Lombardi pretty much got taken to the woodshed. This video was released on Tuesday, so 2 days ago. But most people in the Charger circles, they seen about it yesterday. A lot of people consumed this video yesterday, so it kind of went mini viral. Basically, Pro Football Focus pretty much tore Joe Lombardi a new one. They went into detail and broke down why this Charger offense has been sputtering. They pretty much, laid this at the feet of offensive coordinator Joe Lombardi, right? They kind of addressed the narrative here that Justin Herbert is not good or Justin Herbert isn't doing something, and they kind of put that narrative to bed, and they did it with proof, right? They had proof. They had pictures here. They don't play any of the videos from the game tape, but they are showing the pictures, and the pictures are clear, right? These are pre-snap and post-snap pictures. Very clear that Joe Lombardi is clearly not leading this offense in the right way. There's been a lot of people, a lot of Charger fans who have criticized Joe Lombardi, yours truly included, and I'm willing to do it every single time, right? Because I know that stuff like this exists, right? I don't have the time personally to comb through every offensive play that the Chargers, have on tape, but these guys do it. Pro Football Focus, they do a good job of doing this, and they thought that this was important enough to really put on their YouTube page. And this is gaining a lot of traction, not just with them, but a lot of the national media outlets. They're starting to take notice, and they're starting to look at the troubles that the Chargers are having, right? They're starting to do a kind of a deep dive, right? At first, a lot of it was placed at the feet of Justin Herbert earlier in the season, but now people are starting to see that it may not be his fault. So we're going to go into this video. We're going to play it. I'm going to stop to give some commentary in between. Hopefully they keep this video. I am, a small creator, so hopefully they let me keep it in there. This is fair use, though, so I'm not going to steal their content. I'm going to basically react to this video. So hopefully there's no issues with that. But without further ado, let's jump into it.
Screen now. We know you guys love these X and O breakdowns, but no Seth Deline in the house today. But that's all right, because Mike is quite the X and O's guy himself. He knows what he's watching with film. So with Seth not here, we're giving Mike the touchscreen pen, and he's going to break down for us some Chargers offense, I believe, some third down stuff. Mike, what do you got for us? Yeah, we're going to 3 of their third downs in the fourth quarter to just show kind of the narrative that I was talking about. Joe Lombardi, why he may be holding this offense back, why the offense may get a little stale at times, predictable, and why Justin Herbert's stats may not be indicative of how well he can actually perform. And we're going to go, like I said, 3 third downs here in the fourth quarter. Okay. All 3 of them, they do not convert on. And it's just the lack of interplay and the lack of options between these routes that they have. We saw them in their fourth quarter third down plays. There are no bunch sets, no routes, no route combinations playing off of each other, all isolation routes that Justin Herbert basically has to pick the winner, or else he's not going to be able to find and convert this third down. So here are the route concepts we have here. We got Josh Palmer running a stick route at the sticks, one of their favorite concepts. You watch a Chargers game, they're going to go to the sticks, turn around probably a half dozen to a dozen times a game in this offense. You got the same thing up top here.
So you guys heard that. They are talking about the stick routes, right? This is something that I see all the time. Even casual Charger fans know what stick routes are. People who probably didn't even know what that was before Joe Lombardi. A lot of people know what that is now, and you heard this. They do this all of the time. He says they do it between a half dozen to a dozen times a game. So, if you only have a certain amount of offensive plays, if the Chargers run 50 offensive plays, 55 offensive plays, if they're running stick routes for 12 of those, right, that's a good percentage of, the total plays that are resulting in stick routes. This is obviously something that is not going to it's not going to win you a lot of football games, but it's also not going to make your offense explosive, and it's not going to give the defense anything to worry about. And we know this. We know this well as Charger fans. So I thought it was interesting that the first thing that he really went to was the stick route and pointed that out, that is the Chargers' favorite thing to do, because it has been for the past couple of seasons. So let's get back to it.
In and out, you got a little skinny post here, and you got a slant. You got one route from Trey McKinney here. You got one route that you really feel good about as a man beater. Third and 4, you're thinking probably an obvious press man scenario, because obviously zone coverage leaves up that bottom area of the field. So 3rd and 4, obvious press man, you have one real man beater. Trey McKinney here on a slant. as we'll see here if we go to the actual end result of the play, that it ends up being not a lot of options. Yeah. He could throw a tightly guarded there. He could throw a tightly guarded here. He could throw a tightly guarded there or a tightly guarded there because.
Now this picture here is a picture that I have shown on my Twitter page. I have posted similar pictures here on YouTube in the community tab. This right here, this is what you want to get rid of. And this happens on third down quite a bit, way more than you would want to, right? Why would you give your star quarterback, your superstar quarterback, this to work with? Why? This doesn't make any sense. There's no separation on these routes. There is no safe throw right here, really. There's no safe throw. There is no high percentage throw. This is, at worst, a interception, but, at best, this is a 3 or 4 yard gain, right? And if you're in 4th and 4, 4th and 5, this doesn't give you the first down. So this is something that the Chargers need to get rid of. They need to get rid of this. But this has been Joe Lombardi's DNA. He will not go away from this. This is what he does. This is not good offense. This is not, and this really has no principle either. This is not a West Coast offense principle. This is not a run and gun principle. This is not any scheme principle. He is doing this stuff on his own. So this goes to show you that there is really no philosophy behind the play calling, right? There is no scheme philosophy behind the play calling. It's just calling this because he's comfortable with it. Maybe they run this really well in practice or something. He just calls this because he's comfortable with it. There really is no rhyme or reason to do this, right? Because what pressure are you putting on the defense? None. There's no pressure here. Nobody is out of position. Nobody's uncomfortable. All of these defenders look very comfortable where they're at, right? And this is why it's so easy to defend the Chargers, and this is why they can't really get anything going down the field, because this is bad football. Just bad football.
Again, no interplay between the routes, no scheming up free release, no motion pre-snap to get anything. It's basically Justin Herbert has to pick the winner. He goes to the hitch here, and it's hitch at the sticks, which Josh Palmer has to come back to it because it's a tightly guarded route because they run that a lot. Ends up only getting 3 yards. They have to go for it on 4th down to end up converting. Next play here, 3rd and 12. Another one. Obviously, a 3rd and 12 is going to be difficult at this point in the game in the 4th quarter. They were still down a couple scores. You're thinking 4 down territory. But even still, I question the route concepts that we were seeing here. We have a go hitch at the sticks. Yet again, like I said, that's one of their faves. We have a go up top here, and it's basically just a clear out for a Keenan Allen dig right at the sticks. And again, when you have this set right here, and they had to deal with tackle protection issues all game long. Foxcero at right tackle. Not a guy who can one-on-one against Max Crosby, so they were chipping him at this point. Always going to be difficult when you can't get 5 out in a route. But on this play, they make it so obvious that it is going to Keenan Allen with this route concept that he has no other option. He has to go to Keenan Allen. And oh, by the way, everyone knows Keenan Allen is the best wide receiver.
Right.
When his first game's back, it's like, you are going to Keenan Allen. So on the 3rd down, he's probably going to see a double. He's probably going to see some inside help. And that's what we end up seeing here again. On this play, if you go to see how it turns out in the end, you have a safety coming down right into the lane here. Herbert obviously has to go there because you have clears here, which where are you going to if you're not going there? There's really going to be nothing else as the routes are all.
And this is what I talked about with the predictability of this offense, right? It doesn't take a lot. If you're a defender, defensive coordinator, it doesn't take a lot to know when the Chargers come out in something like this ball is going to go to Keenan Allen, right? Even though Josh Palmer is over here and he's been having a pretty damn good season, this is a pretty risky throw if Herbert is going to try to do that, right? If he's going to try to do this, this is risky to Josh Palmer over here in tight coverage because Palmer is sitting down at the sticks, just like he said, right? He's going to hitch, sitting down at the sticks. So this is going to be a very tight throw. Again, worst case scenario, this gets intercepted. This is a pick six. Right. So I don't think Herbert is going to go here. If you're a defense, that's what you're hoping. You're hoping that he goes here because this guy is not running, right? Josh Palmer's not running down the field. He's not putting any pressure on the defensive back. The defensive back at this point right here can read the quarterback. So this would not be a smart throw. That's why Herbert didn't even look over there. If you see it on tape, Herbert really doesn't look over there, takes a quick glance away, and then tries to go here. Right. But this is where it's going to go. Keenan Allen is the guy on this play. So if you have somebody here, right, you can bring a safety down and pretty much bracket him, right? And at that point, the safety is going to be baiting Herbert to throw the ball to him, right? But this is not good football. This is predictable football. And this is easy to defend. This is extremely easy to defend. They can defend this with 10 people, right? Because you have a safety that is back deep. And this guy's pretty much out of the play, right? He's doing nothing, right? He's inconsequential in the play. Nothing that he does is going to affect the play. This can be guarded with 10 people. What other good offense do you know that can be guarded with 10 people? Can you guard the Bills with 10 guys on the field? No. Can you guard the Chiefs with 10 guys on the field? No. Can you guard the Cincinnati Bengals with 10 guys on the field? No. The Chargers can be guarded sometimes with 10 guys on the field. And this is something that I have kind of picked up on watching tape every single week, especially if a team is going to keep a deep safety back. Now, a lot of teams don't do it, but there's been a few times where it's happened. The Seahawks game is really what comes out to me. They have been able to shut the Chargers offense down with 10 guys. So if your offense can't even make all 11 guys play defense, you really have some big issues. And this is what the Chargers have right now. This is where they're at. Let's get back into it here.
And kind of at the same time, it's just Herbert has to choose. And at that point, he chose that. You got two guys in the middle of the field. One of them bats it down. Another failed third down conversion. Last one here, 3rd and 9, well towards the end of the game. And almost identical in the concepts we're getting. Just outside, clear, outside, clear. Keenan Allen, slant. And then we got a little whip here, which on 3rd and 9 is not going to get you to the stick. So you got one option. Yet again, you're leaving Justin Herbert, a guy who can read defenses, a guy who can get from 1 to 2 to 3. You're leaving him with one throw that has to be the throw that he makes on this play. And you end up getting the running back coming out a little bit on, just giving him another option to check it down to. But again, it's 3rd and 9. You want to get past the sticks here. So no interplay again between these route concepts. This guy's not helping that guy. And again, we see a slant to Keenan Allen. There's an underneath help defender. Window's not there. Has to get it off. And another failed 3rd down.
This is absolutely ridiculous. Look at how, look at what this is. You have a trail defender here. You have somebody here. This is not a throw that really anybody can make, especially with pressure, the way the Raiders are getting pressure on Herbert. What is going on? What is going on? There's nothing here. This is covered. This is double covered. Nothing here, and nothing here. Nothing is going, there's nothing going on. And the splits, the wide receiver splits are so far apart that nobody really needs any help. If these guys just stay disciplined and don't look in the backfield, they're going to be fine. They don't need help. They don't need any safety help. This is the crazy part about this offense, is that it does not put pressure on anybody. So when you're looking at this offense, why they don't score points, why Herbert can't go down the field, it's not that he doesn't want to go down the field. He can't. He can't with these plays being called. Again, this is not principled to anything. This is not principled to any type of offense. This is stuff that they get comfortable running. Maybe it looks good against, nobody in practice, and they come out and they run this stuff. But this does not work on Sundays. NFL defenses are way, way too good. They are way too coached up to get tricked or get fooled by anything like this. The only way that this type of stuff can work, the only way that you can really score off of this is if Herbert is 100% accurate on all of these throws. Like if he wants to take a chance here, this throw has to be in the bucket because this guy is so well defended, right? Same here. It has to be in the bucket. And if you don't have a Mike Williams out there who has a big, huge catch radius, the throw is even harder to make, right? Now, we know Herbert can make it, but is it really fair for the Chargers, for Lombardi, for Staley, to ask Herbert to be 100% accurate on every single throw while he's getting the shit beat out of him? It's not. It's just really not. So it really doesn't make any sense. So when you watch this offense, it looks bad. It looks bad. If you see that it looks bad on Sundays, it looks even worse on tape. This is what this offense is. So I think a lot of people have to understand this is where the Chargers are. So when people have all of this hope and you have all of this false confidence when you're playing all these teams and all that stuff, it's fine to cheer for your team. It's fine to root for your team, but don't be stupid, right? You have advanced knowledge of what's going on. If you watch my videos, if you watch other channels who, try to break some of this stuff down, you know what's going on. So if the Chargers go out on Sunday and get their teeth kicked in, you're going to know why. This is a breakdown why. This is a breakdown as to why the Chargers really aren't anything on offense, right? And then defense, they are just as bad. So team-wise, this is just not a well-coached team. They are not buttoned up at all. This is really a travesty, right? this is criminal what they're doing to Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert is one of the top quarterbacks in the league. He has one of the top, I would say, 2 arms in the league. I think it's Josh Allen and then Justin Herbert. This guy can do anything pretty much at the quarterback position. And to relegate him to throwing these stick routes is just criminal. It's absolutely criminal. I don't know why the Chargers have focused on doing this. This is really, really bad football. And again, if they come out and they get, hosed in these next 2 weeks by Miami, Tennessee at home, I think a change is going to have to happen in the middle of the season. And I don't know if it's a head coaching change. I doubt it. But as far as offensive coordinator goes, I think you're going to have to make a change. There's no way you can stay with this. This is being broken down in the national media. This is a national story now. And once the bloom is off the rose, you can't put it back on. You can't put it back on. Once you see this, people cannot unsee it. And the story is going to be going around. And people are really going to start siding with Herbert, if they already haven't, because videos like this are going to be out, right? The play calls, all of that stuff, Justin Herbert has no control over. He has no power over. He's just doing what he's told. So when you come out and, you give him a literal lump of crap and tell him to make a coal out of it, if he does it sometimes, cool. But you cannot blame him for the times that he doesn't, because there's not really a player in the league who can do that. I don't think there's anyone who can do that, not a single quarterback. You have to have support around you, and it's not just personnel, but coaching. Coaching has to have your back, and if coaching doesn't have your back, you're really going to just be out there, floating in the wind and hoping for the best. And this is not a hope sport. This is an X and O sport. This is a preparation sport, right? Everybody should be prepared when you go out there on Sunday. You shouldn't be hoping and wishing. It shouldn't be that way. You should be prepared with a plan, on how you're going to execute and how you're going to go in and get wins, every Sunday. But that's not what the Chargers do. This is what they do. They hope and they wish. And ultimately, it's got them in a place where, they're going to be facing some very, very tough adversity here pretty soon. So, hey, it is what it is, right? But I just wanted to come on here and break that down. This video went like mini viral yesterday, so I wanted to come and give my thoughts on it. Shout out to Pro Football Focus. This was a very good, in-depth video. People, I'm sure, learned a lot from it. I learned a lot from it, so I love watching stuff like this. And hopefully they continue to cover a little more of it as well, too, as the season goes on. But that's all I got for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for all the support. I really, really appreciate it. Shout out to all my new subscribers. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Shout out to all my old subscribers as well, too. Appreciate you guys. If you guys are not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing. Go ahead and hit that button below you and the notification bell as well, too. And don't forget to smash the like button on your way out as well, too. Thank you guys so much. I will be back again tomorrow with more content. And until next time.